Hello student, good morning. I am Dr. Ajay Kumar Sinha, Professor of Chemistry. Today I am going to discuss nicotine. Nicotine. What is nicotine? Then nicotine is alkaloids. It comes under alkaloids. Now next question is what is alkaloids? Then now I am telling you about alkaloids. The term alkaloids meaning alkali-like has been used to designate the compounds of plant origin having one or more basic nitrogen atoms in heterocyclic ring system which induce pronounced physiological activity in animals and man. This is actually general definition. Again I am telling you, the compounds of plant origin having one or more basic nitrogen atoms in the heterocyclic ring system which induce pronounced physiological activity in animals and man. This definition is in general. It is not an exact definition. The definition of the alkaloid is by no means perfect and does not cover all compounds classified as alkaloids. Examples I am telling you where it is going out of definition. First example is of piperine. This is actually alkaloid. The alkaloid of pepper, P-E-P-P-E-R, pepper. The alkaloid of pepper is not basic and has practically no physiological activity, but it is coming under alkaloid. Second, purines such as caffeine. You might have heard the name caffeine. Caffeine is found in coffee and tea. Purines such as caffeine and theobromine. It is found in cocoa bean, which stimulate the nervous system and are heterocycles containing nitrogen, conform to the definition of alkaloids but are frequently not included in this class. Third, very important point, opium containing the alkaloid morphine. Opium contains morphine, which is alkaloids. Opium and hashish, also called bhang. Opium and hashish or bhang are both habit-forming drugs. At the active principle of the latter does not contain nitrogen, but it is coming under alkaloids. It does not contain nitrogen, but it is coming under alkaloids. These are the exception. Now next point is ephedrine. E-P-H-E-D-R-I-N-E. Ephedrine. Ephedrine is a straight chain alkaloid that is produced by animal glands and has marked physiological activity. Okay. Then in fact no precise definition of the term alkaloid is possible, but in general it designates compounds having some, you can say, definite features Then what are that common feature? I am telling you now. First common feature is they are found in plants, although a few are of animal origin. Means it is found in plants and also from animal. It is also, you can say, found in animal, means animal origin. They are found in plants, although a few are of animal origin. Second feature, they are basic in character and show marked physiological activity. What do you mean by the word basic? Acid and base, you know. Then what do you mean by the word basic? Basic character? Basic character means if generally here in this case I am telling you nitrogen. In a heterocyclic compound, nitrogen is there. Correct? Generally cycle this heterocyclic. What heterocyclic means? That nitrogens. Other actually generally cycle will be of carbon. It may be 6-member ring of carbons or 5-member rings of carbon. Sometimes 4, sometimes 3 also. Then here that other than carbon, at least one other element is present in the ring. Other than carbon, at least one other element is present. That is called heterocyclic. Heterocyclic, that compound is called heterocyclic compound. Then here a carbon will be there, ring of carbon. But in the place of 6, only 5 will be there. 6th one will be nitrogen. Nitrogen generally here. Then this is called heterocyclic. Sometimes 5-membered ring. Then 4 will be carbon, 1 will be nitrogen. Then this is example of heterocyclic. Sometimes oxygen may also be there. In the place of you can say nitrogen, oxygen may be there. Sometimes in the place of if nitrogen, oxygens are not there, then sulfur may be there. Means other than carbon, maybe nitrogen, maybe sulfur, maybe oxygen, at least one. Then that compound is called heterocyclic. Heterocyclic. Then this I told about the heterocycle and basic. I was telling you that if any atom, as for example nitrogen is there, oxygen is there, sulfur is there, if they have lone pair of electron, means 2 electrons, extra 2 electrons they have, at least one lone pair of electron, means it can donate the electron to others, to other atoms, then that is called basic. That is called basic. And other who will take the electron, that lone pair electron, some other atom will take, or other molecule will take, then that will be called acidic. Acidic. This is the standard definition. Which can donate the electron, that is called basic, and which will take the electron, that is called acidic. Okay. There are many things are there, but here just I main things only I told you about the basic. Then second point I told you, they are basic in character, means alkaloids are basic in character and so marked physiological activity. Third point, they have heterocyclic ring. They have heterocyclic ring containing nitrogen as part of their structures. Okay. Now other things again I am telling you related to alkaloids. What I told you now about the alkaloids, most of the alkaloids induce physiological responses when administered to man and animals. Thus, the active principles of some of the oldest drugs and medicines known to man were alkaloids. Again, I am telling you, most of the alkaloids induce physiological responses when administered to man and animals. Thus, the active principles of some of the oldest drugs and medicines known to man were alkaloids. This, this made the study of alkaloids particularly fascinating for thousands of years. By now, over 3,000 alkaloids have been isolated and their structures elucidated, means formed. Their structures elucidated. The search for the new and useful ones continues even today. Okay, then this I have told you about the, you can say, alkaloids. Now come to the this nicotine. Nicotine, what is actually nicotine? Now you can understand easily. Okay, then actually this is a pyridine alkaloids. Nicotine is a pyridine alkaloids. Here this if you will see the nicotine structure, then here you will find two rings are attached to each other. One is 6-membered ring, another is 5-membered ring. Then one ring is called pyridine. 6-membered ring is pyridine. Here out of 6 carbon, in this ring 5 carbons are there and 6th one is nitrogen. It is a heterocyclic ring having total 6 atoms. 5 are carbon, 6th one is nitrogen. And you know that with carbon, to satisfy the valency, carbon has tetravalency, you know. Then to satisfy the valency, 4 valency, hydrogen is attached. Then out of 2 rings, one ring is of pyridine and other ring is of pyrrole. This is the second ring of 5-membered ring. Means 4 are carbon, fifth one is nitrogen. And with nitrogen, hydrogen is attached. Okay. Then this is actually nicotine is, its a structure I am talking about, pyridine alkaloids. The heterocyclic ring system present in these alkaloid is pyridine. Okay, the heterocyclic ring system present in these alkaloid is pyridines. Examples are nicotine or mysomine. Okay. Then here again I am telling you about the nicotine. Nicotine is isolated from tobacco leaf. It is highly toxic, which in very small doses causes respiratory stimulation, and in large doses causes respiratory failure and death. Mysomine also occur in tobacco, and aroma of tobacco smoke is due to it. Due to this compound. Okay. Now further I want to tell you about the nicotine. Nicotine is the chief alkaloid of tobacco plant. Plant name is Nicotina tabacum. It occurs in the plant leaves as salts of malic acid and citric acid to the extent of 4 to 5%. Nicotine is the chief alkaloid of tobacco plant. It occurs in the plant leaf as salt of malic acid and citric acid to the extent of 4 to 5%. The alkaloid was named after the Frenchman Nicot, who introduced tobacco in France in 1560. Now, other properties of nicotine I am telling you. Nicotine is one of the few alkaloids known to exist in a liquid form. It is colorless and its boiling point is 246 degrees Celsius. Second important point is their characteristics or property. It has a tobacco-like smell and a burning alkaline taste. And third properties, it is soluble in water as well as in organic solvents. In both it is soluble. Organic solvent also it will dissolve. Or example of organic solvents are ethanol, ether, benzene. Then nicotine dissolves in ethanol, ether and benzene. That is called organic solvents. Or it also dissolves in water. Now next point, important point or principle properties, that is the natural alkaloid is laboratory. What do you mean by the word laboratory? What is this laboratory? Then actually some substance when it is present in solution, liquid form solution, then it has capacity to rotate the light. Okay. Then that type of properties actually is called optical activity. Optical means which is related to optics, means light. Then actually light vibrates in all direction. If it is just by any means, if it is managed to vibrate only in one direction, unidirectional, by use of Nicol's prism, actually it is done by use of Nicol's prism, light, it can just cut off all the direction light which were vibrating in all direction. By use of Nicol's prism, it will vibrate only in one direction. Then that type of light is called plane polarized light. Then here actually many molecules are there, compounds are there which can rotate the plane polarized light. Example, glucose, fructose, sucrose. They have capacity that they can rotate the light, plane polarized light. Then here you come to the nicotine. Nicotine can rotate the light. Then generally compound can rotate the light either to the left or to the right. When it will rotate the light in the left direction, then it is called laboratory. And if it rotates the light to the right direction, then it is called dextrorotatory. Then dextrorotatory is given positive sign and laboratory is given negative sign. From their original position, it is rotating the light. Light was coming towards itself. Suppose in a tube you have taken the solution, nicotine solution is there, and light is passing through the solution. Then this nicotine can rotate the light either to the left side or to the right side. Then if it is rotating the light to the left, then it is called laboratory. And if it is rotating the light to the right direction, it is called dextro. Then left, if it is rotating to the left, it is giving a minus sign, and if it is rotating to the right, it is giving positive. Then here they will rotate the light in some angles. Here, as for example, nicotine, nicotine will rotate the plane polarized light by 169 degree, minus 169. That's why I told you it is a laboratory. And next important point I am telling you, it is a deadly poison. Poison, you can tell, it is a deadly poison. Deadly poisonous material or substance. Nicotine is deadly poisonous substance. Okay. It is deadly poison to animals and is used commercially as an insecticidal spray for plants and animals. Okay, nicotine is a deadly poison to animals and is used commercially as an insecticidal spray for plants and animals. Now you next this properties I am telling you, very very important properties. In a small quantities, nicotine stimulates the nervous system for a while, which is followed by depression. A low nicotine content tobacco is used for smoking purposes. A low nicotine content tobacco is used for smoking purposes, even though it is definitely injurious to health, causing diseases like asthma and lung cancer. This is the very very important point, and one should be careful. In a cigarette, actually this is used in cigarette. Now how will you get rid of this smoking? This is a big question. How to get rid of smoking? Then here I am telling you just one method that from that it can be you can get rid of smoking. That is called quitting smoking. Quitting smoking. How? Then I am telling you, just to listen carefully. Actually, a patch of what? Then a nicotine patch. A nicotine patch. What is this? A nicotine patch. Then a type of transdermal patch. A type of transdermal patch. A nicotine patch, a type of transdermal patch, is applied to the upper arm. The patch will continuously release a small amount of nicotine into the body through the bloodstream. This will reduce the patient's craving to smoke cigarettes. Okay, again you listen. A nicotine patch, which is a type of transdermal patch, is applied to the upper arm. The patch will continually release a small amount of nicotine into the body through the bloodstream. This will reduce the patient's craving to smoke cigarettes. Now I am stopping only here. Thank you.